Okay, so this is going to serve as, hey, all my VIPs, it's going to serve as kind of an update to the Jonathan Majors assault charges statement and whatnot that happened yesterday night. The one video where I said no at the beginning and whatnot. So this is what it's saying. This is a news outlet. It's saying Marvel star Jonathan Majors' attorney now claims he is the victim of an altercation with a woman he knows and says there is video evidence exonerating him of assault charges. See, in my video, my long ass video that shouldn't have ever been an hour and whatnot, I basically had mentioned that if it's a taxi in New York, just like how Uber and Lyft, they're supposed to have cameras and whatnot. We live in 2023. If a taxi still doesn't have cameras, that's a problem, on the dashboard or on the viewing mirror and whatnot at the top on the roof of the car. Not the roof, but you know what I mean. But yeah, if there is no camera in that taxi, there is a problem, okay? So there had to have been a camera, and I said that in my video, but I don't think I said it in full length like I should have. I said everything else but that. But in full length, I just said it briefly. But anyways, yeah. If there's a camera, it will show whether or not the attack happened to where he hit her or she hit him. So this actually calls into my thoughts on why does she have lacerations on her face then? Why does she have redness marks on her face then? Which makes me think that she may have attacked him. You know how some people, they're just hiding on emotions where they end up hitting their dude. And then some movie dramas, even though this is real life, it's not a movie, but there are some times when the woman finds out something and then she just tell me it ain't true. And then she's crying, but she's also hitting the dude's chest and whatnot, pushing him away. And he just hugs her in an embrace. It's kind of like that. I was thinking it was something like she saw that he probably was texting people on his phone. And this is a theory, by the way. She probably hit him due to heightened emotions, and he in turn hit her back. And that's why there's more marks on her than him, which is just still a case of grown ass adults should not be putting their hands on any fucking body. But then it would really be that she attacked him and not he attacked her first. So it's kind of that makes it different, if you know what I mean. Because it's saying in many articles that she recanted her statement. If you don't know what recanted means, it means she renounced her statement. She took back her fucking statement on the fact that he allegedly assaulted her, So anyway, we're just going to go more into this. I'm going to read this in full and whatnot. Anyways, Marvel actor Jonathan Majors' attorney now claims the actor is the victim of a domestic altercation for which he was arrested. In a statement on Sunday, Majors' attorney, Priya Chaudhry, I think, said he is completely innocent and is probably the victim of an altercation with a woman he knows. She said she previously said she expects the charges against the star to be dropped, citing video evidence she says exonerates him of the assault on his girlfriend, who she claims recanted her statements. Why would you recant your statements if you were actually attacked? It's that type shit. Why did she even say that he attacked her? In fact, if he did actually attack her, but she recanted it, she could have been paid in silence. I'm just saying it on all parts. Either she was paid in silence or she hit him first and he hit her in return. It's making me think like that. And that's probably why she recanted her statement if he did hit her because she hit him. That type shit. So anyways, I'm going to continue on. Should I read this whole thing? I don't know. Majors 33, he was taken into custody on Saturday morning on assault charges after allegedly beating his girlfriend inside a vehicle. He was released on his own recognizance. And is expected to return to a Manhattan courtroom in May. Well, damn. He's going to have to go to court in May. Shit. This is going to be long. Please don't let it be another Johnny Depp situation. Ugh. I can't take it. I'm tired of seeing these celebrities in court. God damn. Anyways. What else? Should I read this whole thing? Damn. Ugh. Am I that lazy? I'm not. I ain't that lazy. I'm going to just... How long is this? It's pretty long, damn. Actually, I should read this whole thing, or I should just, let y'all know where I got it from. dailymail.co.uk, or aka Google and whatnot. I'm going to show you where I got it from. I had originally placed on this one, Daily Mail. So if y'all want to read the full thing, y'all can. Anyways, his attorney had claimed that the victim, quote unquote victim, recanted their statement. So in my video, I was trying to stay on the basis of neutrality. However, looking at some of the things where it was just like, oh yeah, she has lacerations on her face, and they never really said the marks that were on his face. I was looking at it just like, okay, why does she have marks but he don't? That's suspicious. Like, that is very weird, if I'm be honest with you. That is very weird, but I should have stayed more so on neutrality and, like, learning from the last drama and whatnot. But yeah, I was kind of like looking at both sides and looking at that and thinking, okay, that is very fucking weird. Why is she marked but he's not? He don't even have a scratch on his face, that type shit, but they probably didn't even say that he had a scratch on his face. That's another thing too. They probably are telling you about the injury she has because she has more injuries than he does. So it's like, how news is and whatnot. But anyways, they said an attorney for Jonathan Majors has claimed the woman who accused him of assaulting her on Friday night has withdrawn her allegations and submitted statements to prove it. Jonathan Majors is completely innocent and is provably the victim of an altercation with a woman he knows. Attorney Priya Chaudhry said in a statement on Sunday, "We are quickly gathering and presenting evidence to the district attorney with the expectation that all charges will be dropped imminently. This evidence includes video footage from the vehicle where this episode took place, witness testimony from the driver and others who both saw and heard the episode, and most importantly, 2 written statements from the woman recanting these allegations. All the evidence proves that Mr. Majors is entirely innocent and did not assault her whatsoever." Okay, so in my hour-long video, I don't think I said it enough. I feel like I said it, to where you'll remember it if you watched it, but if I didn't say it enough, I was like, I want to hear from the witnesses, like the driver, for instance, people who were probably walking by on New York, because I think New York City, like, is busy as fuck, okay? If there's somebody, like, hooping and hollering in a taxi, you think people won't be nosy enough to look and see? Like, that's the thing. Especially if it's like, I know taxi windows, you can't see through them all the way sometimes. But like, shit, especially if you could see well enough to where somebody is hitting somebody, people will be nosy enough to witness the shit and will say some shit, okay? That's how people are. But child, anyways, it's like, I wanted to hear from them more so. Like, what they got to say about this shit. Like, what did they see? Especially the taxi driver. You think he's going to stay quiet? Or he or she is going to stay quiet? I don't know about that. Like, that's the thing is, we got to hear from them. Because they've seen the shit. Okay, the witnesses. Child, anyways, Chaudhry also claimed the incident happened because the victim had an emotional crisis that eventually required hospitalization. Emotional crisis. Okay, so it was due to, like, seeing off of his phone. Potentially he was cheating on her, probably like texting other women and whatnot. And this probably caused an episode of either jealousy or just anger. And then she probably attacked him and whatnot. Because they were saying it like, oh, he just started hitting her after she saw on his phone, or after she, like, it's implied that she grabbed it and then he grabbed her hand and that's why he hit her. It's implied like that. So it's like, it's making you think more about the fact that, like, he would just haul off and hit her. He would just haul off and hit her rather than just grabbing his phone back. That's weird. But it's not like it could never happen. There's a lot of things. When I'm talking in this way, it's not like in reality none of this shit could happen. It's not like that. Any of this shit could have happened actually in reality. It's happened before with other people. It can happen actually. But does seem kind of weird that a dude of that status who has all those things he could lose could just easily let his anger go and haul off and hit somebody. Like, no. It's very suspicious. It's very weird. Is it impossible? Fuck no, it's not. But it's weird that he would throw any of that away just to hit somebody because he's angry. It's like, we got to think even more realistically here. Some people are smart enough not to throw their whole life away, But, like, that's the thing is he the only actor that's done shitty things, potentially? There are actual actors out there who have been confirmed to actually have done horrible things. But, with this one, it's like, it's not even really confirmed. That's why they keep saying alleged. It's not actually confirmed. And even with the recanted statements, he's getting it from his attorney that the victim, quote unquote victim, recanted her statements and whatnot. So it's kind of like, okay, what is happening? And it can't be that, oh, he bought her silence type shit, because it just happened. Ain't no way he bought her silence that quickly, right? So you got to think more on it. Or he could have bought her silence. That's another thing too. Some things can happen in a matter of minutes, but at the same time, it's like, it's kind of weird because it just happened. So it's like, how could he buy her silence that quickly? But at the same time, he probably He probably did buy her silence. So it's like, it's on that type of shit. There's so much stuff to this shit. Anyways, the NYPD is required to make an arrest in these situations, and this is the only reason Mr. Majors was arrested. We expect these charges to be dropped soon. Hold up. In my video, it said that they arrested him not because NYPD is required to make an arrest in this situation, kind of like they have to do that shit. I thought it was because they saw visible marks on her face and they arrested her because they quote unquote had enough evidence. It said it in another source. Should I go to the other source? I'm gonna go to my video and go to that source. Okay, so I went to my own video and that's where I got the sources from. Hold on, let me go back and show y'all that I did get it from somebody who had a thread about it. I put the volume all the way down and stuff like that. Is this copyrighting my own video? Would that make sense? Where is it at? All right, come on, girl. Oh, see, not me being dumb as fuck. Okay, so basically I did a little cut and then I went into somebody's thread who actually did have the source for it, and they screenshotted it and then they put it on Twitter, and then to like prove a point to somebody. And basically this is what it says. Here's what allegedly happened in the lead up to this. Per our law enforcement sources, police were told that the alleged victim is Majors' girlfriend, and according to her, they got into an argument while in a taxi returning home from a bar in Brooklyn. Our sources say police were told that girlfriend saw another woman texting Majors and she confronted him, trying to sneak a peek at his phone. We're told the alleged victim/girlfriend claims this got Majors mad and that he allegedly grabbed her hand and allegedly slapped her. Oh, yeah, you see? I got it from thread right around here. And then someone in return, that's why they put this second source out. Because someone said allegedly and whatnot, because it is alleged, but still. Anyways, our sources tell us the alleged victim had visible injuries, including a laceration behind her ear, redness, and marks to her face. She was taken to an area hospital and is in stable condition. As for Majors, he was cuffed and taken to jail on the spot, as police felt there was enough evidence for probable cause. We're hearing he is currently out of custody. So, that's what I mean. The NYPD didn't seem like they were required to arrest him just cause like, oh, this is a bad situation, so we have to take you in no matter what. They're making it sound like this in this article, that they took him in because, oh, it's required. But in that other source, it says that they took him in because there was enough evidence for probable cause. So which one is it? So it's that type of shit. Which one is it? Did they take him in because they thought he really did do it? Or did they take him in because it's literally it's a law that they had to take him in, or it's required for them to take him in? Like, which one is it? Anyways, they said Majors was arrested by the New York City Police Department on Saturday for allegedly slapping a woman, causing a laceration behind her ear, and grabbing her by the neck in New York's Chelsea neighborhood. TMZ reported that the woman is Majors' girlfriend, and the argument broke out as they were in a taxi heading home from a Brooklyn bar. Majors was charged with several misdemeanor accounts of assault and harassment and was released on Saturday night. His next court date is May 8th. Oh my, Hulu is gonna make a fucking show about this. I already know. Hulu ain't shit when it comes to that. They did that shit. They did a parody to Johnny Depp, another dude named with a John. What the fuck? Anyway, Johnny Depp and Amber Heard situation. Hulu quickly put their stuff on there. Like, you know, and then they made a movie out of that shit. I know some of y'all probably ain't seen it. I saw that shit I didn't actually watch the movie itself, but I saw that it's like they were mocking it, but they weren't mocking it. It was kind of like one of those movies where you're doing it of real life people. But why did we need to have a movie when we saw the actual court case occur on Hulu? Why did Hulu need to make another thing about it? It's weird. It's money grabbing. It's like, it was not necessary. That type shit. It really wasn't necessary. But y'all, anyways. It says, but I feel like they're going to do the same shit with this, and I hope they don't. Anyways, the Manhattan District Attorney's Office would not comment on whether they had received any statements recanting the allegations, instead forwarding the complaint against Majors. In that complaint, an NYPD officer says the victim told him that she observed the defendant strike her about the face with an open hand, causing substantial pain and a laceration behind her ear. So, in this one, oh, I'm sorry. I don't know why I paused at that. The Manhattan District Attorney's Office would not comment on whether they have received any statements of the person recanting their situation. So it's kind of like, okay, so that's also an allegation then. I guess that's what they're trying to say, is that the victim allegedly recanted her statement. I guess. But they're also saying that what the victim said was that she observed the defendant strike her across her face with an open hand, causing substantial pain and a laceration. And then going to the hospital, they're saying that she actually does have marks on her face. So it's kind of like, it's like something did occur, but it may not have been to this extent, because they also said he was strangling her. Do we forget that? They only talk about the slap. No, they also mention in many sources that he also was strangling her allegedly. So it's like, why aren't we saying that other shit too? Because if he was strangling her, we saw him with his big ass muscles and stuff like that, all the training he fucking did, you gonna act like he ain't strong enough to actually put his hands around her neck and it cause a mark? If he did strangle her, where's the mark? Why didn't the hospital report a mark? Is that why they're not mentioning the strangulations that much? Because this is the second source where I've seen they probably didn't mention the strangulation. This is the second source. What about the strangulation? Where's her marks on that? There's marks to her face, yes, showing that someone did probably hit her. But what about her being strangled? Where's the marks around her neck? And some pictures, we saw his girlfriend, or I think that's his girlfriend, right? She is small. She's skinny, She's not short. She's thin, And her neck is as well too. For this man to put his hands around her neck to try to strangle her, there would definitely be marks, So where's the statement about that? It's that type of shit. Where is it about that? Anyways, it continues. That's probably, no, actually, deadass, he is probably going to say it right here. Anyways, it continues. She observed the defendant grab her hand, causing swelling, bruising, and substantial pain to her finger. She observed the defendant put his hand on her neck, causing bruising and a substantial... Okay, I'm a dumbass. You know what? I be talking, and then I don't be, reading the rest. My dumbass. I be speaking before I read. What the hell? So, there's reported bruising and substantial pain. Why wasn't that in every source? Is what I'm trying to say. We have sources about lacerations about her face. Wait, hold on. Had to look up something. Oh my gosh, that's embarrassing. I had to re-look up lacerations again because I was just like, okay, maybe she was talking about the neck. Is that something where it's a deep cut around the neck, or is it a deep cut around the face? So it's a deep cut in skin in general, skin and flesh. But at the same time, it was more so focusing around the face area, not so much around the neck area. So I had to think okay, where's the bruising? Because they have reports on it, and she went to the hospital, but they ain't talking about them things around her neck. They talking mostly about her face. And it's just like, okay. So I had to look it up for a bit. Anyway, a press contact for Majors referred the Daily Beast to Chaudhry, who did not immediately respond to questions about if or when the woman's news statements were filed or with what entity they were filed. Oh, was that the end? What the heck? That was the end. Okay. Recants accusations according they're already doing it on YouTube now. Jonathan Major's girlfriend recants accusations according to his lawyer. Yep. So I think that's gonna be the end for it. Now this is I'm gonna put update question mark for my title, because most so this is an update, but it's not like the aftermath, because then I will have to put the aftermath. But that's if I'm willing to do more on this around May. I may be on something else I more so enjoy and stuff like that. I still got to do Teen Wolf. My ass is taking so long, but I'm taking too long. I'm sorry, you guys. But you guys and girls and everybody else, I'm sorry. But if around May I'm willing to do it, I may do an aftermath. Not around May, because that's when the court dates due, but I may do a review on that one on the court date, and then I may do an aftermath if it happens around August, later on this year. But that's if I'm willing. If I'm not willing, you won't hear anything from me much about it, actually, or you'll just hear me say I don't want to do it. But y'all, anyways, that's gonna be the end for this video. Well, that's it. That's really what all you get. Should we see through more? Completely innocent. Yeah, basically what we've been hearing. All that. Well, that's all. May peace be with you for an eternity.